Late one night, a woman discovered someone was following her. In a panic, she decided to seek refuge at her boyfriend's place. As she stepped into the elevator, suddenly a hand shot out to block the closing doors. A burly stranger walked in, making the woman instantly tense up. When the elevator reached her boyfriend's floor, she rushed out the moment the doors opened. Standing in front of her boyfriend's apartment, she knocked frantically and pressed the doorbell, but received no response. Then she remembered seeing her boyfriend enter the door code before. Taking a chance, she punched in those numbers. Fortunately, the lock clicked open, and she quickly slipped inside. Later, her boyfriend returned home to find the lights on and obvious drag marks across the floor. Alert to danger, he grabbed a baseball bat from nearby and carefully searched the house. When he reached the bedroom, he discovered someone lying on his bed. The person on the bed stirred awake from the commotion and groggily got up to leave the room. He crouched in the shadows, ready to strike, but thankfully they recognized each other just in time, avoiding a terrible misunderstanding. The woman quickly explained her situation. Her family had fallen into debt, and her roommates were worried that creditors might track them down to their dorm. Not wanting to drag her roommates into trouble, she had to move out temporarily. She had originally planned to stay with a close friend, but the friend's entire family had gone on vacation. With nowhere else to turn, she came here as a last resort. After all, they had signed a contract marriage agreement. Reluctantly, he agreed to let her stay temporarily. However, the woman kept moving around the house late at night, going to the kitchen for water one moment, then grabbing an apple the next. Being a light sleeper, he finally reached his limit and emerged from his room to demand she rest quietly. The next day, he brought the woman to meet his mother. Since she was the first woman he had ever brought home, his mother was extremely curious about her. During the meal, his mother specially served the woman some homemade egg tarts. After taking a bite, the woman was amazed to discover they tasted exactly like her own mother's recipe. His mother was equally surprised, explaining that this was her original recipe, and curiously asked where the woman's mother had learned to cook. When the woman mentioned her parents' names, his mother suddenly realized that the woman was the daughter of their family's benefactor, and immediately became even more affectionate toward her. After dinner, his mother insisted on taking them to have wedding photos taken. They shot not only Western-style wedding photos but also traditional Chinese-style pictures. After the photo session, he tentatively asked if she would be willing to truly marry him. The woman refused without hesitation. Seeing her response, he said nothing and simply drove away. The woman angrily cursed him for being petty. She then took a taxi to her friend's house and complained about the incident. During their conversation, she accidentally noticed the design on her friend's cake box. It was created by her brother. She immediately asked her friend if she knew her brother had returned to the country. Her friend hesitated and stammered, reluctant to give a straight answer. Under persistent questioning, the friend finally revealed her brother's address. The woman rushed to find her brother, only to discover creditors were pressuring him for money. She quickly stepped forward and promised to pay the debt on his brother's behalf. Learning that the family owed a staggering $2 million, she had no idea how to handle such an enormous sum. Suddenly, she thought of the CEO and immediately called him. Upon hearing that she needed to borrow money, the CEO insisted she come to his house first, wanting to understand why she suddenly needed such a large amount. The